into this space of healing with Harretta. I ask that you just sit back, unwind, drop those shoulders, and allow me to speak to your heart, your soul, your mind, body, and spirit. Let's enjoy this ride. Hey y'all, hey, we're back. And my only question is, did you get to see it? You know what I'm talking about, that beautiful total solar eclipse that occurred on Monday. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. Now, I know some people chose to stay indoors. Like, I had clients hit me up like, should I stay outside or should I go in? And my answer to everybody was like, do what you feel is right for you. Personally, I'm going outside because it was beautiful in 2017 and I want to witness the beauty of nature again. I know it was a lot of hoopla online and conspiracy theorists about if you should watch it, if you should not watch it. Personally, like I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that it was Mercury retrograde, I decided to take a detox from social media. So I'm officially, I think I'm coming up on 2 weeks away from it. And it's been great, absolutely great, because it allows me to go within and have my own thoughts and to really begin to figure out what I want to do in this next chapter of my life. And I didn't want to get caught up in the he said, she said about the eclipse energy, of what the government might do and, what might happen if you outside and if you watching it. And I just didn't want to feed into all of it. And the thing about online is great. It is a great place for communing and building a community and, being able to talk to total strangers and connect. But it also has its downfalls of just BS. Pure BS. Now, granted, I don't know everything that's going on in the world. That was so obvious. I was like, oh my goodness, it was an earthquake. Oh my goodness, this happened. What? Really? I'm in shock. I already don't watch the news. Okay, cook at it. It's not that I don't watch the news. I just don't watch the news on a routine basis. We got to stay informed because things are always changing and evolving, but it's not the center of my life knowing what's going on each and every day in the news. All right, I had to say that. And then not being on social media, literally in my own world even more. I've enjoyed it though. I cannot lie. I have enjoyed taking a step back from being so connected with everyone online. It has brought a sense of more clarity, insight, and really allowing me to utilize my time better. Like, I know we all have the app on the phone that tells you how long you've been scrolling on a certain app. Like, it was like, you've been on YouTube for 8 hours this week. Well, child, my social media was just way too long. And I was like, there's so much other things I could do with that time. And I really have been reading a lot more, meditating a lot more, and just enjoying me and getting back into my practice of yoga has been great. So the times that I usually would scroll due to quote unquote boredom, never bored though, but the time that I utilize scrolling once upon a time, I now read or listen to an audiobook or actually do work. But yeah, this moment of reflection during retrograde has been great because I've chosen to go within and reflect on my life and what I want next in this new cycle and new chapter and new beginnings of my life. Yeah. Let me tell you about my day. Oh, it was such a lovely day. First of all, 75 degrees, sunny. Yes, my type of day. I closed the office and I had a beautiful Monday of just connecting with nature. I first took my blanket outside in my backyard and did some grounding and smiled at the sun because it was dreary and raining days before. It just wasn't beautiful, so I was thirsty for the sun. So I did like a lot of sun gazing and just feeling the sun rays on my body and connecting with the earth. And I did a card reading for myself, a divine guidance reading for myself. Yeah, I got 9 cards, and I just have to say, like, when spirit really puts stuff in your face, it's no holding back. I have to tell you guys, one of the cards that came out for me was self-sabotage. I know we all been there, and I am change my words. I was once guilty of self-sabotaging my life and with thoughts and ideas that just really weren't true. Dramatic pause. It was just like I want to say a fear tactic. I'm still working through this. But anyway, whoa, I got work to do. That's the song of the day, y'all. Work to Do by Vanessa Williams came out in 1992. Yeah. I fasted majority of the day until the evening. That was great. I was just full of this solar energy. It's intense. Absolutely intense. I believe some people may have felt heaviness. Personally, I was excited. And we all feel things differently. It just really, truly depends on your thoughts, your behaviors, your frequency. Also, I enjoyed the eclipse in my hammock. And when it turned dark, all I heard was like people in the neighborhood like, oh my God, look. And I was just smiling and seeing that ring around. Oh, it was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Some people was letting off fireworks and it was a time was being had. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed the eclipse as much as me. And I want to just give some more information about what this eclipse is bringing. I did a little bit of that last time, and I want to just talk about a few more things that an astrologist that I like to follow on YouTube. Her name is Ethereal Astrology. She used to be called Wonder Girl Astrology. Now she changed her name to Ethereal Astrology, and she gives very detailed reports. I mean, detail. Like she pulls up the charts and talks about the alignment of the planets. And it's great for me, who is a person who truly wants to study astrology. Y'all been wanting to study astrology for 4 years. Yeah. With this new cycle of life, I'm really going to apply the effort and energy because I got more time now since I'm not scrolling online. But anyway, she highlighted a few things, and I'm going to share with you guys. With it being the first new moon of the astrological year, of course, it's bringing new things into our lives. It's bringing more motivation as well as drive, courage, and bravery, which is all associated with the sign of Aries. We are choosing to step into a new chapter, having new behaviors, a new identity, of course, new beginnings. And she brought up the fact that during the period of January to April of 2020, that there was a conjunction of the planets of Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. And it ushered us in with wanting and desiring permanent change in our lives. It really changing stuff that hasn't been working for a while. I can't tell y'all how many couples came in here after that period of time and was like, yeah, my relationship is not it for me. But that could have been related to us being stuck in the house with our partners. And it's just like, I always looked at that as people live lives, like straight up live lives. So especially if you have children, you of course are putting your all into your child, and then you have work to do. And then it's like, oh yeah, I got this partner. So a lot of times the partner get on the backside of things. This new moon, of course, is bringing in new beginnings, but it might be a struggle to push forward. That's what ethereal astrology was stating, that it might be a struggle to push forward, and we still may have feelings of stuckness while going through these changes and evolution. But new beginnings shouldn't be forced. Like the title of her video is "You Can't Force New Beginnings," and I was like, yes, you sure can't. Absolutely not. They really have to occur naturally, easily, effortlessly. And if it don't feel right, don't do it. That's part of trusting that intuition. Don't do it. Personally, I knew I wanted to do some form of connecting with my clientele and people all around. And I just didn't know how to go about it. This was back in like 2022. Mm-hmm. And the timing wasn't right. I wasn't ready. I even had a page where, and some people did send in entries asking questions about their personal life, and I give insight. And I was so excited about the project. Spirit laid it upon my heart, but the time was not ready. But now the time is ready. So I'm looking forward to answering some of those questions that I received from people. But let's talk about now the energy of this eclipse bringing in a whole lot of change and transformation for us. And I know we all get a little nervous when it comes to changing our lives or transforming something. It's not easy, you know. As human beings, we conditioned for things to be easy. And who wants a challenge? I know for me personally, I used to hate change. Strongly dislike change. Why? Why we need to change anything? It's working out fine now. But honestly, now I thrive with change. I absolutely enjoy looking back at old versions of myself and was like, girl, you did that thing. Girl, you said that, but now look at you, you know? So I'm all about applauding growth and transformation. So I want to give a couple tips about transforming. And when I look back over my life, I usually have like a 4-year time period of me evolving and growing. So quick story. Y'all know I'm always going to tell you some stories about my life. So back in 2018, I was speaking to one of my mentors. At this time, I was going down to Charlotte and offering sessions and to new clientele down there. But also my mentor, one of my mentors, he lived down there. And I met up with him and he gave me a healing session. And during the healing session, he was like, you know you meant to be a spiritual teacher. No. Excuse me. He said, you know you meant to be a teacher. And I was like, huh? And he was like, you're meant to teach people. And I was like, me? Nope. That's not for me. Absolutely not. And he was like, okay. But it stayed with me. And I was like, a teacher? No. I'm not her. What am I supposed to teach? And throughout those years, Spirit placed on my heart that I'm teaching by example. The way that I live is me teaching, me giving little tidbits during my sessions. That's me teaching. Even me starting this podcast is a form of teaching. And I remember I told you guys about my affirmations on my mirror an episode or two ago. Anyway, one of the affirmations is, I am a spiritual teacher, a healer, and a leader. So I wrote that back in 2020, right? And I taught a course on manifestation, a workshop, and I was showing the participants of the workshop, like, hey, y'all, we was online, and I was like, look at this. I wrote this affirmation, and I'm writing it now so that it can get on my subconscious level, so that I know, believe, and trust and have faith that I am those things that I desire. And one of the participants was like, but you're already those things. And her eyes saw me as those things, but my eyes, I still wasn't convinced. I was like, no, I'm not. But now I truly accept the role of being a spiritual teacher, a healer, and a leader. That's me. Yes. Anyway, so let me do some teaching with you guys right now, or giving some insight. How about that? Whatever you want to word it. So I believe the first step about implementing any type of change or transformation in your life is for you to begin to have self-reflection. And I think I'm going to spread this summary about transformation out for an episode or two, because it takes work. It doesn't happen overnight. We all know this. And I really want you to work through the things. Like, I'm grateful, again, for you guys listening to me, but hopefully you're taking something from it. And if so, please give me some feedback. Y'all know I love feedback. I need it in my life. We all need feedback. But anyway, I believe the first thing we have to do is self-reflect. It is essential to self-reflect. So with reflection, it's really about analyzing yourself, recognizing what are your strengths as well as your weaknesses, any habits that you might have that you are ready to change, Personally, I enjoy writing. I enjoy having a journal to note my thoughts and my feelings and what's occurring, what actions are happening. And that could assist with recognizing any patterns that you have that may need to transform. Of course, with self-reflection, you should ask yourself some questions. So here's a couple questions that you can ask yourself in your journal if you like. First question is this: what are my core values? And is my life aligned with them? So what do you believe in? What do you stand on? You know how the new term is, well, it's not a new term, but everybody was saying for a while, I stand on business. Okay, so what's your business? What you standing on? But really, what are your core values when somebody asks you, like, what are you for? If you was a politician, what are you for? Next, I want you to ask yourself, what habits are positively contributing to your life and which ones are not? Like I told y'all earlier, personally, me scrolling on social media was not adding any value to my life. But now with me being conscious of the time that I'm utilizing and choosing to read or study or to do some work, things that need to get done, yeah, that is positively contributing to my life. And again, I wouldn't have known or noticed that if I didn't do some self-reflection. and take a pause. All right, and one more question that I have is, how do you react to challenges in your life, or if you have any failures? What are your reactions, and also what's your mindset associated with it? Are you resilient when things happen? Yay, nay? What's going on when you don't get your way? Yeah, that's another question to ask. And we've talked the last time about creative visualization. So once you've done the creative visualization, you have an idea of what you want to do, where you want to go, what's the goal ahead. It's important for you to set clear and achievable goals. And of course, keeping it simple. But the transition is important when changing, but you want to set clear and achievable goals. And with goals, one of the best techniques that a lot of people like to do is the SMART technique, which is having specific and measurable and achievable and relevant as well as timed goals when you want to create your own personal roadmap of transformation. It's a roadmap. Like, okay, I got to get to step A, and then step A gonna lead me to step B, and step B gonna lead me to step C. It's just a transition, one step at a time. But it's important for you to break down those larger goals. So the ultimate goal is at F, right? But you gotta get through A, B, C, D, E to get to F, right? And it's important for you to break down that F goal into something more achievable. So for instance, let's say you want to get more healthier. You can do one small step, and that's committed to walking outside for like 20 minutes a day. Something simple. Or you may like want to begin drinking more water, which I strongly encourage, honey. I can't tell you how many times I've been working on people's kidneys and I'm like, how's your water intake? But anyway, the ultimate goal is, they say, is to drink half of your body weight. That might be a little much for people. So if you are already only drinking 2 bottles of water, step it up to 3. Don't make it too hard on yourself. Make it achievable. Okay. And again, with those SMART goals, you got to keep on with that creative visualization. You got to keep on doing that. Using vision boards are great. Also, now they have so many different kind of apps that you can use to create a vision board. If you don't want to do the old school cutting out and pasting, I personally enjoy doing that. But if you don't want to do the old school, you can do a vision board on Canva or Pinterest, or find an app that allow you to do your vision board, and even use it as a screensaver on your phone so that you can see it often and that it's visually engaging, but also at the top of your mind. Okay. So those are things I feel like right now, as we're stepping into this transformation and change, that we should do. I'm doing it. So I'm just going to encourage you to do it as well. Self-reflect and set some clear yet achievable goals. Okay. All right, y'all. And on that note, I'm out. Until next time, peace.